Hi, I'm Hillary. Welcome to Teaching Moments. So today I'm going to do a review on A Beka science books. When I first started homeschooling, I used A Beka for everything. But as my kids began to grow, our needs changed and I branched out to other curriculum. But I have done science from kindergarten through 10th grade, so I wanted to review those books with you. This will just be a video from kindergarten through 6th grade, and then I'll do another video for 7th through 10th grade. Now my youngest child is in 3rd grade, so I don't have the kindergarten or 1st grade book, but I still have the 2nd grade book from last year, and the kindergarten 1st and 2nd grade books in A Beka are very similar. They have redone some of these covers and some of the books that I'm going to be showing you today. Some are the same, but there are some, and I think it's at 3rd grade that they might be overhauling. I just kept all my old books because I had them already from my previous children. But I know they're doing a big overhaul on some of their grades. So, but this is the 2nd grade book and what it looks like at the time anyway. Enjoying God's World. And it is a really easy read. So was the kindergarten and 1st grade ones. They were an easy read for the parent to read to the child. If you wanna, I can flip open here. It's just very simple, big pictures, and it just gives a brief overview of science. So that was 2nd grade. Then in 3rd grade is the first time that there's a book and a separate worksheet book. So let me show you what I mean by that. So there is the textbook, and I do think it's 3rd grade that's getting the overhaul, I think. So there's the textbook, and then there is a very small book that gives the answers to the text questions. And then there is a student quiz, test, and worksheets book. They're all in one in 3rd grade. And then there's the answer key to that. So this is the first time you start getting separate books. This 3rd grade one discusses the desert, the ocean, the pond, the forest, and the weather. It gives information on many topics, but nothing really in detail. So it just kind of gives an overview of each of those. As you can see, this book isn't very thick, so it doesn't give much detail on any of those since it has so many topics. But it was okay. It was all right. Next is the 4th grade book, and this is the first time that there is a lesson plan. Let me show that for you. They put science and health together for their lesson plan, but it's curriculum and lesson plans so that you can organize all the worksheets and the quizzes and the tests together at the same time, because that got a little confusing to me, because in 4th grade they have even more books than 3rd grade. So they have this lesson plan book. Here is the textbook for the student. Here's an activity book for the student. This is the answer key to the text questions. This is the quizzes and tests book and the answer key to that. This is the answer key to the activity book. So as you can see, you have several books. Now let me just pick them all up here for you. You have several books for the 4th grade one. They do that. This is just the way A Beka does it. They do that for the older grades from 4th on up. You just keep getting more books. It did get a little confusing. That's why this lesson plan book is very handy. Highly advise getting it because it helps to organize all these other ones. They also have a science charts from 4th to 6th grade. You don't have to get it, but sometimes it's just kind of nice to have. So for the 4th grade book, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, they all talk about, a little bit at least in each of these books, about insects, plants, animals, earth, and a little bit about space. But it just gives, like I said, not real big detail, just a broad overview. And of course, every grade that you go a little bit older, they give a little bit more information on it. So from now on, I'm just going to talk about the highlights of each book. So the highlight of this one was there was sound and hearing in this book. So when I mean highlights, it's things that are in this book that aren't in the other books. So they talked about sound and hearing. And then one of the things I really loved about the 4th grade book was the bird activities. So in the book, all throughout the book, no matter what you're studying in that chapter, they have one of these that talks about the birds. Like this is the California quail, and it will just give a little information about it. And then you go to your activity book, which I have right here. You go to the child's activity book, and there is a page of birds here, and you can color the bird, and you write their name, the name of the bird, and then you write 2 facts that you learned about the birds. So like maybe what they eat or where they live or some other fact that you found interesting. Of course, it doesn't give you a lot of lines to write much, but just a little something. I found that to be really fun with all the kids that I did this with. That was probably one of the highlights, I feel like, of the 4th grade book. Okay, so that's 4th grade. And then we have 5th grade. And again, they have the same idea with the quizzes and tests and worksheets and all the answer keys to all those. 5th grade did not have an activity book. I don't see that I have one here, so I don't think they have an activity book in 5th grade. But in 5th grade, they talk about energy and engines, to where they didn't talk about that in the other books. And then in 6th grade, this is the 6th grade book, they talk about matter and chemistry, and they have a little bit more expanded on space than they did before in the 6th grade book. Again, all the books with 6th grade too. So as far as the elementary school grades for A Beka Science, they worked okay for me at first. Like when you're first homeschooling, you're like, what do I do? Crazy world of lots of curriculum. What do I pick? And for me, it was kind of a good secure pick when I felt like I wasn't confident that I really knew what was going on and knew what I was doing in this world of homeschooling. It was nice to have that there, because in the curriculum lesson plans, they actually have like what pages to use, what to say, how to give a quiz now. They even have, look at here, there was a homework quiz. So they have like step-by-step what to do. So it's a really secure choice when you're not really sure what to do. But if you're a more seasoned homeschooler, or you're more of an adventurous person that doesn't mind branching out, then some other curriculums might be better for you. I wasn't that thrilled about their elementary school science program because they didn't go in depth very much. And because I read all of these books, child after child, to me it got super repetitive. Like they were repeating some of the same information in just the next books and then adding just a few more sentences. I had that complaint about history, and it's the same way with health too. So they don't go in depth too much. They're pretty repetitive, but it did give me a solid foundation for homeschooling. So I guess it depends on what you're looking for, but I found something better that I like for our elementary grade science, which I will have a video on in a couple of videos. So be watching out for that. And in the meantime, thank you for watching this video.